All right, good morning, ladies. I just want to have a chat about fake friends, more so fake female friends, fake female associates. I woke up thinking about Andrika Curry this morning, and I woke up thinking about her being a spy in my life that was taking stuff back to other people, but at the same time playing both sides, telling me certain things about them as well. So sometimes I will go back. I was listening to some recordings that I had been recording her for the last 3 years. And then I was looking at some of the text messages she was sending me about between her and her side dude, her husband's cousin that she had been sneaking with for the last 3 years. And I read this right here. I want to make love to you for lost time, starting from when I was 18, when I was young and done when I was 18. Then the reply says, what do you need from me? And the next message says, what do you want to give? Then the next message says, nah, I asked what you did. I asked, what did you want? We not gonna ask a question with a question. Then her person said he wanted her freaky side, or she said I wanted your freaky side. Then they said, what if I don't have one? How do you play a spy in somebody's life that you're supposed to be reporting things back to, and you get this comfortable with the person that you spying on, being two-faced with, and you think they don't know who you are, who you're talking to, and what you're doing, but they're lying to you, and you don't have enough common sense to know that you're being lied to because you being a fake friend to them. You just don't think they know it, but you're giving them your truth. This is the most idiotic thing that I've ever experienced or witnessed in my life. So it brought me to this right here. This morning, like I said, I woke up with her on my mind, and I was reading through some of the text messages of her and her sneaky link, as well as me playing back conversations. When a person wants to know all of your business, now these are the things that I not asked her for. But when somebody wants to know all of your business, or they have so much in common, they want to make you comfortable, spilling the tea of your life to them, you have got to be spiritually discerning of that. Why? Because you never know who they're talking to about you. You never know the lies that they're telling. You never know the information that they're giving to another person or people about you. It's hard to have genuine women in it's hard to have genuine women in your life because there's so many fake women out here. And the thing of the matter is, we don't know who is real until we have experienced them. We don't know who really, supports us, believes in us, until we have had an experience with them. But I just want to say, ladies, be cautious of any woman wanting to keep up in your personal life, especially if she is married. Andrika is a married woman that was having an affair with her husband's cousin for 3.5 years. Three and a half years. First of all, she should have never felt comfortable telling me that, period. There are some things you have got to do on your own, be it good, bad, ugly. You have got to do things on your own, period. The next thing is, when those kind of women that will spill their dirty deeds to you, that is a direct sign. Keep your shit, keep your mess, keep your dirty deeds to yourself. Keep them to yourself. Some of y'all deserve not to be loved in this chat. Some of y'all deserve it. Anyway, keep it to yourself. Be cautious of women that will tell you the lowest of the low that they have done or are doing. Also, I want to tell you another way to recognize when another woman does not really rock with you. If you're single, you don't have a boyfriend, you're not married. If you're single, I want you to pay attention if you have a friend that will so-called hook you up or introduce you to somebody. If she'll introduce you to someone that has a wife, that he has a wife, he has a girlfriend, he has a baby mama that he goes back and forth with, the woman herself that is hooking you up, there's something about her, something about you she doesn't like. There's something that she does not want you to have in life. There is no friend that's genuine that would hook a single friend up with somebody that's married. Those type of choices in life are made on their own, not hookups. If anyone ever tries to hook you up, especially if you are a single woman, if anyone ever tries to hook you up with a man and he has somebody and they know it, you should always be suspicious of that person. You should always be suspicious of that person and their true feelings and intentions about you and towards you. So the thing of the matter is, people will say, well, why would you say that? Well, why would somebody want to introduce a single woman to a man that already has somebody in his life? Why would you not want a single woman to have somebody that's free, that's able to date her, go out with her, spend time with her, and enjoy her as she desires and deserves? Why would it be somebody else's man? Some people, when people will hook you up with somebody else's man, that person that's hooking you up, there's a part of you they don't like. It could be from envy, it could be from jealousy, or it could be a person that's very spiteful and strategic and showing you they don't like you. Be wary of that. I want y'all to be careful of women that tell you all their business, especially their dirty deeds. Nobody on the face of this earth is perfect. Nobody on the face of this earth is sin free. There are some things that only God should know about us. People are too comfortable getting close to a person's life, and then most of the time there is somebody in your life that they know, attached to, associated with, communicate with, if not sleeping with themselves, and they are only getting close to you to take something back, find something out, or figure it out. I want you just to be wary of that. I don't care if you are a woman that's in church. You cannot even trust church women. You cannot. You have to live your life in a guarded way. At the same time, exactly, they definitely use it against you. Me telling y'all Andrika business is not me using anything against her. I played the same game with her that she didn't think or expect for me to know that she was trying to play with me. As a licensed counselor, I have found out so many things that she has done illegally and how her license can be challenged as a social worker as well as a counselor. People's business that she was telling me that we even work at Vote Rehab with her, those type of things. You got to have boundaries. You got to have boundaries. Be particular of women that want to get close to you, want to know everything about you. Andrika was too nosy from the very giddy up. Too nosy. And I am almost against If a woman is married, I don't think she has anything. Well, I'm not going to say anything. I don't think she has but so much in common with a single woman. Is something going on in the older woman era as well as married women. Some of these married women are toxic. They're tainted in life. And some of these married women definitely don't want to see another woman get to a particular place that she hasn't. It's something very fishy and leery with married women. And married women are cheating just as much as married men. We shouldn't have no cares or concerns about that but so much. The thing is, but think about the trend of sister wives. How sister wives have come along. Women intentionally, conveniently sharing their husbands. Conveniently and intentionally double dipping. That's just the world that we live in now. And it's just an open thing. But you definitely want to be particular about any okay, it's easier. You definitely want to be intentional and particular about women wanting to know your business, whether they're married or single. See what type of relationship you have with them or they're trying to have with you. You see these women in here that's just ignorant. Ignorance has a cost to it. Ignorance has a cost to it. I used to say that people are not stupid, but just dumb, because dumbness is we all gonna learn. But some people are stupid. And there's a lot of them in here. It's a lot of stupid ass women on the face of this earth. It has no race. It has no age to it. It has no maturity to it. It's a lot of stupid ass women on the face of this earth. And if you are a mother or grandmother or auntie, I want to challenge you. You need to educate your children, whether you have daughters or sons, nieces, nephews, cousins. You want to educate your children not to be like these stupid ass women. If you have females and if you have a male that are into women, you gotta help them recognize the strategy and game of stupid ass women. It's a lot of stupid ass women on this earth. A lot of them. Now just look at this live. All these comments. People don't believe in what you say, but they will keep their ignorant, stupid ass in this paid for live. Stupidity has a cost to it. I posted that post about, did I make that post about Andrika? I think I posted it on the community board this morning, or I was getting ready to. That's why I'm doing the live. Let me tell you something. Stupidity is this right here with Andrika. What is it? She's a married woman having an affair on her husband with his cousin. She's a paid for spy in my life to get information and lie to me, and then she going taking lies back about me. But at the same time, she took a liking to me, began to have interest in me, genuine interest in my life, got comfortable with me. I cannot tell you how many times Drika has not called me and asked me to do readings on her husband's cousin. Why was it stupid of her? First of all, you're a married woman. I don't care how close you get to another woman. If you're going to have an affair on your husband, nobody but God should know that. Nobody but God should know it. It's stupid. And I'm going to tell any woman that cheats on her man and you go and let the next person know, you are stupid. Do it on your own if you're going to do it. If you're going to do it, that's your business. But do it by yourself. And Drika needs to be, she's an example of what the hell we should not do. I'm not telling you what to do. and what not to do. But I'm encouraging you not to be an idiot like Andrika, since she's so proper, Andrika, an educated damn fool. I'm asking you and I'm encouraging you not to be a damn idiot like these women in this live. Ignorant, stupidity. Some people is where they come from. They can't help it. Some people is society, it's their environment. Our mental is shaped by our environment, who and what we are around. If you want to know if you got true friends, see what they encourage you to do. See how much they check you on when you already know you wrong and they'll sit there and co-sign on it. That's how you know you got a real friend in your life. It don't mean she ain't gonna have your back, but she'll tell you, you know you're wrong for that. Before I had put the first text messages I had put out about Andrika a few weeks ago, I told, my day ones what I was going to do. And they felt so bad for her. But after I began to play those recordings, because see, I never told them about what was really going on behind the scenes. But when I played it, because they kept saying, Candy, you sure you want it? What if her husband see it? I said, so that's his business. That's her business. She should have thought twice about before she came to meddle in my life. That's her business. And when they asked me, why you want to do it? I didn't tell them. I let them listen. I let them listen. I gave her what she was helping somebody try to plot and plan against me. And they was trying to do so much more worse than me. You know what my friend said then? Oh, yeah, get her ass. Go and get her. Go get her. I didn't know that. Then they began to ask me, why you ain't say nothing? So be careful. Your friends, real sisters, real friends, even if you doing something dirty, because that's a dirty deed they think I did, but they also know, oh, she earned that. It was warranted. But your girls, they're not going to let you feel comfortable in doing something shisty. They're not going to let you feel comfortable in playing your own self. That's what real women do. That whole sisterhood world is tainted. And as a black woman, I'm going to bluntly say this. Black women, I don't know if it's envy. I don't know if it's jealousy. I don't know if it's from where black women come from, the society they've gotten in. But the sisterhood for black women is evil. Especially from churches. It is especially evil. I compare Andrika the whole time. She was sitting here thinking she was running game. I compare Andrika to a lady. She's a pastor's wife. She's a social worker as well. They have similar personalities. I personally think that some people, a lot of us are nosy. A lot of us look at other people's social media and we look at looking to see what's going on. The difference between the nosy like us versus the nosy like them, some people will go above and beyond to try to create hardship for somebody else. Nosy people like us, we'll come watch tarot. If somebody posts something, we'll discuss it. We'll go look at it with our other friend girls. But we don't put our hands to people having mess in their life. That's the difference. That's the difference. Everybody is nosy. Everybody has a nosiness to them. Your actions define if you're nosy or fucking evil. So you better know that. You better know that. That first lady, she's the same way. And I'm going to tell you something. I was going to say this. I personally feel for the black community, and I'm going to be straight blunt with this. A lot of people in the black community, they strive after certain careers because they're nosy. And they do not have the character or the conduct to even be in those particular careers. People that have HIV and Florence, I shouldn't even know about. But people that things that come across her desk, I've known about them. And it is a sad truth that black people don't want to be honest about. Black people get into roles, positions, and things like that because they look to pull another person down. They look to tell another person's business. They look forward to orchestrating, certain events that work against people. Even with the black church I left, the last church I went to, that same first lady I'm talking about, I didn't even know those people was in my comments and in my classes until certain things that was going on in that whole situation I was in. And when people were when the professionals, we'll call them professionals, when they were looking into who people were, and that's how I found out. Just a few what, baby? Tell me just a few what? But we got to be honest with ourselves. We got to be honest with ourselves. Who women are. And any black woman that's in this live or comes to this video and watch it next. If you are a black woman, I don't care what type of job you do, what type of career you have. I want you to, examine your own self. Examine yourself. And see if you are at a job or if you are in a career because you can find out people's personal business, taking stuff back, causing confusion behind the scenes, mischief, because you got an itching ear. I don't know, I've noticed that people have compared tarot readers and gossipers on the same plane. I don't know how. A tarot reader has a job to reveal the truth of whatever situation that they're pulling the energy of. That's not gossiping. Gossiping has a lot of speculation, lies, and confusion. Tarot is supposed to cut through that. Tarot is supposed to cut through that shit. A tarot reader has no comparison to a gossiper. So I don't know how anybody can ever say tarot readers are just gossiper. And when they bring their stupid ass in this live, I look at them as just that, stupidity. Because if your tarot reader is not bringing you insight, as the person just said, guidance, or giving you straight truth that you can understand or see a situation, then guess what? You need a different tarot reader. Even if that person is me. If I don't bring you clarity, I don't help you understand things, I don't help you balance things out to see the truth of the situation in your life, then I'm not the reader for you. And you are a damn fool to sit here and watch a monetized channel of mine. That's not my fault, that's your fault. Exactly. Gossip brings about division. I'm going to tell you something else since I'm on black people. I'm going to tell you something else with black women. Those women's conferences in churches, nosy. Nosiness. The black church does not really help the black community. Black churches are built on broken people, broken families, financially restricted people and families. You see black churches come up. How many people in their congregation come up? How many? Why do the pastor and his wife not share the financial nuggets they get? Why are we not taught about investing, trading? Why are there not any seminars? Why are there not any coaches in that shit? We gotta do something different, y'all. We gotta do something different. It's so, and then all this truth that the church is supposed to reveal, but it's so much perversion in the churches. The pastors, the elders, the bishops are the predators, grooming other predators. You have to be liked or accepted by them. You cannot have unity without the truth, and sometimes the truth is going to bring you an ugly clarity. I'm going to tell any of you women that go to church, I don't have any issue with church. But if your ass go to church and your life is still broken, to the point that you can't put it together, you're in the wrong ministry. If you have friends at church want to get close to you, to know your business and ask you stuff, then guess what? That church more than likely has a nosy spirit. Ministry and church are two different things. People say ministry, but guess what? What kind of ministry is it? What is the ministry providing? We got to be more strategic, women. And guess what? Believe it or not, ladies, women are highly sought after for various things in life. Various things in life. Let me tell you something. If you are a woman, tax time, nobody has any business telling you what the hell you should put in an offering plate during tax time. That's your money to get yourself established, get you a nest egg, get you some savings for you, your child, and if you have children. If you go to a church, and this is not just church, this ministry, and this is even with classes. Think about the classes that I have. Let's use me for an example. Let's say my classes are 55. And I'm giving what some people would say knowledge. I'm giving what some people would say information. But I'm asking for $55.55. If you don't have $55.55 in your savings account, you cannot afford to take that class. And that's okay. That's okay. You cannot afford to take that class. If you got to sacrifice and give somebody something and God did not tell you that, guess what? You are giving out of a place that you shouldn't be giving from. That's with me and anybody. But now we have so much of bamboozling going on. You have so much of bamboozling. You should take a class that's going to be beneficial to your life. Not to be nosy, not to get up and sit and talk about a man or a woman, but that's going to help change your life. You don't need a women's conference hearing everybody's testimony every year. Those women's conferences, somebody benefits from that money. Get over it. If it doesn't help you change your life, then guess what? You're wasting your money. You're wasting your money. So if you go to a church, organization, or whatever, even if you're watching online and they ask for $500, if you don't have if you don't have $3,500 in your savings, you damn sure shouldn't give no $500. If you only got $500 in your savings, you shouldn't be giving that. You better give them $25 or $50, if not $5. You cannot give what you need. And if you want it, even if you don't need it, but you want to keep that money. If God don't convict your heart or God don't press on your heart, and God ain't going to make us give to somebody. He will unction us. I don't have no problem with people giving to churches. I understand the order and the protocol to it. But churches have become a financial gimmick. But I'm going to tell you something. There is business in ministry. It's business in churches. And it has to be ran accordingly. But at the same time, your ass got to recognize how much. And let me tell you something else. If you always see churches that everything is passed down to the family, it stays in the family, a lot of times that's not anointing. A lot of times that's generational wealth. That's financial stability. That's not anointing. That's not children being gifted. When my elders and my family asked me to go into ministry with them, they recognized something about me very early, but I never felt called to it. My cousin and I was just talking about that on Thanksgiving. I never felt called to it, and I said, no, I don't want to do that. Everybody's anointing is not going to lead them in a pulpit. But you got to be able to recognize. You got to be able to recognize generational wealth that you're helping another person build and accumulate. What do you get from it? What do you get from it? What do you get from it? What type of financial stability have you learned for yourself and your family? And I'm going to tell you something. People love to teach about money, but I'm going to tell you the key to making money. One of the main keys, health. You have got to ask the Lord for healthy life, a longevity and healthiness of life. As long as you're healthy, you're always able to work. As long as you work, you're going to be able to make money. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not trying to pull y'all out of church by no means. Let me be clear about that. But also, behind the scenes, I get a lot of stuff. And I'm going to tell you something. A church I went to, stayed for like 13 years. I loaned certain people money. I never loaned them the money out of my need. But I noticed that church people don't always have it together. They don't always have it together. The congregation don't always have it together. And if y'all are one of these strong-minded women that have a strong mind and security on your own, guess what? You are likely not going to ever be used to teach somebody else. And unfortunately, that's a main thing in the black church. Black churches are all about pick-me's. You don't see a lot of true anointing in churches, black churches. You can tell that shit by the titles that people have and the ages. Certain titles don't come until after a certain age. Why? Because they still have this thing called coming full around. Haven't come full circle. Black church is about title and power, money. I don't have no problem with religion either. But religion, they use religion to restrict you. You got to recognize that. You got to recognize that for sure. You have to recognize that for your life. Ladies, hold on one second. Let me go check on my grandbaby. Hold on. Yep, is that they do use a lot of control. And let me tell you something else, ladies. I want you to start paying attention to. As a woman, if you are a single woman with children, women and single mothers, I want you to pay attention to something. If you, oh, I don't know, I keep hearing her move, but she ain't getting up. I want you to pay attention to something when it comes to you going to church. You should measure yourself. We don't compare, but we should measure. If the word of God is not structuring your life, changing your life, not just physically, emotionally, psychologically, if your spirit is not growing, why are you there? It's so much mess in churches nowadays. It's a lot of mess. It's a lot of mess. If you are looking for growth, I feel like a lot of times people go to church for financial growth, as well as black churches are notorious for that fashion mess. And I used to be a fashion person. I used to be a fashionista for church. And I'm going to tell you something. When I go to church now, I go so plain. I go so plain because I'm going believing God before I even get there for a word of clarity for my life and whatever situation I might be asking him clarity and direction on. We're so, and guess what? The main people that are dressed up turn out to be some of the most wickedest people. Not all, but a lot of them. It's most of them in black churches. And can't nobody refute that. It's most of them, the tactics and the strategies. Even that church I left, when I left the church because I was tending to a lot of family business behind the scenes. And I knew I was going to be gone for a couple years, well, a few years. But to believe it or not, I always wanted to go back to that church because I enjoyed the ministry. But the Holy Spirit began to break things down. And I remember in 2019 when I went back to the convocation, and I already had little hiccups in that church when it pertains to the pastor's wife. But in 2019, I was home, so I went to convocation. I was in Columbia. I went to convocation. The pastor came and, let's say I'm right here. That's me. And there's another person right here, the blue. I'm green, the person is blue. The pastor came, skipped over me, spoke to the person beside me, act as if I did not exist, as if he didn't know me, didn't greet me. And I had been in his ministry for 13 years. But I know it was because of how I left. I got the text message still. Also, when the cameraman, he had the cameraman put the camera on me intentionally so his wife could see that I was there and other people. Now, I'm telling you, I got a conversation. Somebody came and gave me a conversation after the fact. So I knew I wasn't wrong when I felt that. Black churches are messy. And I'm gonna stick by that. Black churches are messy. Black churches are messy. And people that are messy in black churches, it's because they strive for titles, authority, and power. But black churches are very messy. Very, very messy. You got to put a measurement on your life when you go to church. You got to have an expectation. You have to have an expectation. And also, you got to keep your business to yourself. People don't keep their business to themselves enough. And first of all, why does everybody in the church have to know everything that you're doing? That's not scripture. It's too many nosy spirits, monitoring spirits. Ladies, I want you to get a hold of your finances. I want you to get a hold of your mental health, your emotional health. And I want you to be secure in who you are as a woman. I want you to find someone who can teach you true financial literacy and keep it to yourself. You see that silly behind person here? They got the spirit of retardation on them. This person, Miss K. That's a spirit of a retarded person. If it's a woman, she's a spiritually, mentally, and emotionally retarded ass woman. If it's a man, they have the spirit of retardation on them. If I'm talking so much of nonsense, it wouldn't draw you to this live. And you wouldn't click on it. You wouldn't be in here. I want you to make sure. I want you to make sure that you pay attention to any organization, any ministry, any program that you are a part of. If it requires money from you, what are you getting for that money? What are you getting for that money? Does it help you? And you got to be honest with yourself and ask if you are applying yourself how you're supposed to. But I want you to take your time for the remainder of this year and from next year, from the rest of your life. Anybody that asks you for money, if it be for their program, for their class, if it be for their church, if it's $50, do you have an additional $50 in your savings? You should have 3 times the amount that they asked for already in your savings. If you don't, and let's say 50. 50. So what's 3 times 50? That's 150. You should have 150 in your savings or checking. If giving somebody $50 is going to hurt your pockets, change it a little bit. It's not for you to give. No matter what that class, organization, offering is for. And what are you giving? What are you getting from it? What are you getting from it? Be intentional with your money. Women conferences are nice, but we need something different. Now, I'm not gonna lie and say the Lord didn't speak to me when because I've been thinking about this all year. But I'm gonna be honest. I stopped doing classes and all of that simply because women play too much. All that mess behind that guy I used to see, I've made, and I'm gonna be honest, I've made so much of money off those women booking fake readings, getting in the class, being disruptive in class, asking unnecessary questions, silly questions. So I shied away from it. So I'm telling you, you need to get in something that's going to hit direct home. But I want you to do that with your money, I promise you. And I'm going to tell you where I got that strategy from as far as paying for a class, conference, seminar, and stuff like that. I grew up in a church called Monumental Baptist. The late Dr. Reverend Vandross Backus. That was my daddy's best friend. That man taught us about money in ways that I still have not heard preachers teach about. He taught us about money for ourselves, our family. And he used to always tell us, if you give anything to this church outside of your tithes and offering, you should have 3 times that amount of money in your checking or savings account. If the Lord leads you to make a sacrificial offering or blessing to the church, God will do it. If I got to ask you for it, likely it's not God. I believe that. I believe that. But he told us that. So I have lived off of that all of my life. When it comes to those churches with those money lines, I been to one? I've been to maybe 2 churches that I've visited, and they've had that. I'm going to tell you something else you should base things off of. If you are a part of any ministry, any organization, any society, and they get your money, and y'all supposed to be, religious, spiritual, whatever, if they are always moving 2-3 times a year, every other year, they can't keep that building. If they don't have stability, then guess what? That's a faulty foundation. That's a faulty foundation. And that's something that Dr. Reverend Vandross Backus, Reverend Backus taught us that. We stayed in that old church for years until he built the monumental that's there now. It's been there for some years now. But many people don't know about the little old church that was right there. So I'm telling you, when it comes to your giving, and then your relationship, your personal, intimate relationship with the Lord, it will help you make the choices. Some people are going to be led to make an extra offering, give an extra offering. Some people are going to be led to make a sacrificial offering. But guess what? God places that on their heart. I'm going to tell you what you should do. You can do it with me. You can do it with anybody that does it. If a person asks you, let's say $25. I want somebody to do the math. I need $25 from 100 people. How much money is that? How much money is that? $25. I was right, $2,500. I said, yeah, $2,500. $2,500. That's a quick $2,500 that somebody made. Where's that $2,500 going? Where's that $2,500 going? If you can't ask, then you shouldn't give. If you feel leery about it, you shouldn't give. The economy is, especially now, the economy is too rough for them types of gimmicks and stuff like that. Most pastors, preachers, most of them, not all of them, but most of them have private businesses. Most of them always get paid from the church, but they also have private businesses and investments. Do they teach you that? Do they tell you exactly what they do to make their money? Or are you paying that $25 towards them for pastor's anniversary, birthdays, and stuff like that? Also, you should also watch this. If you always give to your pastor, your first lady, or somebody in the church for their birthday, and they never give you anything tangible, that's a sign to stop giving to them. I don't care how many members that a pastor has. If we can always give to them, their wives, their children for their birthdays, what's so different about your birthday? What the hell is so different about your child's birthday? Everybody always focuses on blessing the man or woman of God. They're already blessed. Believe it or not. So all I'm saying is make sense in it. When you make sense in it, you'll understand the order to it. Because people will give that $25 thinking, okay, this might be, I need this extra $25, but it ain't nothing but $25. But this person, they came up on $2,500. They take that same $2,500 and go to the trade, and they doing the same thing I'm doing. Y'all know I'm doing trading. $2,500 turns into $25,000. They never risk their money because they got it from you. Hello? Hello, somebody. I just dropped y'all a big financial nugget. That's it. Let me tell you the part that I don't have a problem with. I don't have a problem if I'm taking somebody's class and it's $25 and they're giving me some knowledge. They're giving me some nuggets. But sowing seeds, I don't sow seeds very well. Not anymore, I don't. I have. But I'm just telling you how it works. I'm just telling you. Then you see the pastor, brand new car, paid for cash. You see them got another house, paid for cash. And they saying how God blessed them. God did bless them. But they use you, the mindset of you. Because instead of you taking that same $2,500 and getting your behind into a trade class, an investment class, or taking your $25, putting into an account, and just leaving it there until you have enough money to start doing something different, to make different financial moves, they know you don't have the mindset for that. So they get it from you and they go and trade. They go and invest. They've gotten certain bank accounts with interest that a regular checking account or saving account wouldn't. I'm just telling y'all. That's all I want y'all to do for the month of December. For starting, if you don't even start in December, if you start January, why don't you pay attention? What are you getting from a class? What are you getting from making extra sacrificial offerings? If you don't see the fruit of your labor from you paying, especially if you pay tithes and offering, if you don't see the fruit of your labor from your tithes and offering, that's a faulty foundation. Or you're not doing your part. You cannot invest in somebody else's brand but so much before you start your own. You cannot invest in somebody else's life before you start investing in yours. If you invest more into somebody else's life before yours, you're going to always be down. They're going to always be up. It's going to appear that they have more, likely because they do. So I want to make that make sense for women. I want to make that make sense for you. I'm going to tell you something else. This is what I was going to tell y'all earlier. Women, I want you to pay attention to this right here. Single women. Just you single. Single women with children. Young children, grown children. I want you to pay attention to this. A person will befriend you or associate with you, let's say for insurance purposes. Let's say they sell insurance. That's the first thing that came to my head. They associate with you because of them selling insurance. They sell you a policy. They tell you about your family and friends that need to be, insured. So therefore, they get you to help your family and friends. They tell you that your help, you're a blessing to your family and friends. But all of y'all are financial blessings to them. Have you ever thought about getting your insurance license? And then that same person that you buying insurance from, you got your mama a policy, your daddy a policy, your children a policy, your brothers a policy, your cousins a policy. They got paid off of all those policies. Then they cap you right there. They don't even associate with you on social media, out in the general public. Let me tell you women that are very inspirational. But see, let me tell you, I don't think necessarily pyramid schemes. It's just a, let's say mountain. It's just a mountain of life. Insurance is a necessary thing. But if a person can encourage you to get 3 to 5 other people in your family and friend circle to get insurance through them, and they gonna get paid from them, why can't they tell you to get your insurance license? You get paid for them. Why can't you learn about other savings account, mutual funds? Why can't you learn about investments? Are they teaching you that? Or are they just using you to make money off of you? A person that will make money off of you and will not associate with you on social media or publicly, they look at you as a fee. You're a convenience fee to them. That's something I have learned personally in life. I'm gonna tell you something else I don't do. That's why I don't do anymore. Now I'm using my platform for an example. You apply it to your life. I'm on social media. My 3 YouTube channels, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Y'all seen, if you've been with the channel for a while, you've seen my up, you've seen my medium, you've seen my lows, you've seen my bad, not so good, and you've seen some excellent work from me. A person coming to interact with me and socialize with me, they're going to always think about me being exposure for them to bring in a plethora of number of people to help them. I've had so many offers and opportunities of that. I don't do that. That's why I don't give shout outs from the channel. Because people will use what you have already built, even in your struggling, your hardship, and building it, creating it, trying to hold on to it, and they'll take from you. Where I'm giving y'all what I know are truth, somebody else may tell you a lie because they don't want you to know the truth. They want you to stay desensitized. I think that's why I'm very particular about who I put on this channel. You will see Cherie up here. And I am going to introduce y'all to a trader, a multi-millionaire trader that have trained me personally. We'll get there. We definitely will get there. And I'm thinking about letting y'all meet one more of my business mentors. They both have really, really big schedules, but they both are multi-millionaires also. So you got to understand where God has placed you. Have I always been in this position? No. Have I always been inspirational? Yes. Have I always been an empowering woman? Yes. Have I always been an encouraging woman? Yes. Have I always had an attitude? Yes. Have I always had a sarcastic mouth? Yes. Have I always had a filthy mouth? 50-50. Yes and no. But people would pull from me what they could get from me. And the Lord began to show me that in my own life. That's why I'm telling you that. He showed me the amount of money that I have made other people. I cannot tell you on one hand, because it hadn't been a lot. I cannot tell you one person that I help, and I know I've given them good business. I cannot tell you one time that they've paid a meal for me or given me any type of money or love offering. Do you understand what I'm saying? But I've given them exposure. They've used my inspirational ability, my empowerment ability, that upbeat ability about me, and they've benefited off of it financially. Women are hit like that a lot of times. That's why I don't do partnerships. I might do a collaboration, but I'm going to always be able to be in control of me in the collaboration, and I'm going to always have the right to pull out, even if it's at the last minute. I do not put, so I'm just telling you, you got to watch that, because people will pump you up, and they pumping you up to pump their pockets up. I want you to watch that. You don't have to trust me. You don't have to believe me. What you should do is pray to the true and living God, not only about me, but you should pray for yourself in that way. Ask the Lord to show you. Ask God to show you. Am I using my ability? My family wanted to use my gift to keep, something in the family. I didn't feel called or led to be in ministry like that. I'm going to be honest. And I shouldn't say use, but utilize. But my family, yeah, let's just keep it there. So yeah, with family, it was that way. But with people I've met, because of my attitude, because of my bluntness, because I ask questions, and certain questions people don't like me asking. But see, certain things I just ain't like. And because I'm going to be honest, now my daddy told me this, so that's why I've always been this way, just to be honest. I came from parents that came out of their mouth and told us about flunkies, being a flunky for somebody else and being controlled by somebody else. My daddy always told me, if you don't have your mind, that means you gave it to somebody else or you allowed them to steal it. So you got to ask yourself, have you given somebody else your mind? That's a powerful thing. Major organ. Think about those that have been brain dead, then they passed away. It's over. You can't be spiritually brain dead. You feel me? So therefore, you have the ability to do many things, multiple things. But do you know what your gift is? Do you know what your gift is? My family, my mom was just my right hand to God. I can call Nosha on FaceTime and wake her up and she'll tell you I'm not lying. This was just a conversation 2 days ago. My mom used to be afraid of something about me. She didn't like it. I ain't gonna say she was afraid. She didn't like it. She didn't like it. And my mom convinced everybody that something was wrong with me. The professionals told my dad, no. I've had opportunities to work in the federal government. I also have had an opportunity that was very rare when I was in junior high school and high school to be a part of a study program in Washington, D.C. But my dad wouldn't let me because of something that they saw in me. But the professional that my parents took me to began to break things down for them and me. So people will see stuff in you, but they'll see it how They'll see it, and sometimes they'll see it for how they can utilize it and benefit off of it. That can be an ability for some. It can be a gift for others, or it can be a plethora for of two. My mom was just talking about that 2 days ago, and she admitted some things that she never admitted. But she told my daughter the truth, and she said, I was scared. I was scared of that. She said, but I was young. I was a little younger when I had your mama. I was taught against that. That's my right hand. That's my right hand to the Lord. My daughter tell you that. And I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all. My daughter said, Grandma, you tried to put my mom in the mental hospital? And she said, yeah. She said, no, I didn't know no better. She felt bad. You could hear it all in her voice. She felt bad. That's my right. She felt bad. So I'm just saying, you know, everybody may not like what you do or understand it, but you got to trust in what the Lord is showing you. You see that person here with that initial N? That's another ignorant person. I heard bastard in my head, to be honest. That person has the spirit of retardation. Lies. She's lying. How somebody going to tell me I'm lying about my life? How somebody going to tell me I'm lying about my life? I don't mind. This is why I love going hard for women, because people will try to twist you around to make you look crazy, delusional, fool, if not completely effed up. But what do they get from it? What do they get from it? What do they get from it? See, it's going to be all good when people can use you because you make their business or their pockets better. It's like, think about the geek kids that grew up in school. Geeks that did, you know, the popular kids' homework. Because the popular kids had a form of dumbness. But they were popular, cool. Everybody liked them. But they did not understand basic arithmetic. So they befriend and associate with the geek because the geek gonna do their homework. Because the geek don't need no help. They know all the answers. They're intelligent, genius-like mindset. But they get used because of what they have on the inside of them. Now I want you to close your eyes and picture that being you. How do you give yourself away to somebody else? How many ideas you give somebody else about their life, about their career, about their health, about their business, about their child, about their children? Do you apply that to your own self? How much of financial advice do you offer others? How much of that financial advice do you take? I want you to ask yourself that. You see the spirit of retardation in this life? That's a spirit that some people have. And that's a spirit that the enemy can easily sway some people. I bet you they don't have a fraction of what y'all got. I bet you where you're in tune and woke with your life, they are the ones that really need this message. I bet you your pockets are 10 times secure and better than theirs. I bet you. That's why they come in here, because they have nothing to lose, because they have absolutely nothing to offer. Why? Because they've done nothing with themselves, nothing for themselves. But all they can get in here and be is a distraction, because their lives have been distracted. They're looking at their age, where they are versus their peers, and they're at the bottom of the totem pole. I bet you that's not y'all. I bet you it's them. I bet you that. I bet you. The flunkies and the spirit of retardation rest, rule, and abide in those individuals' lives. I bet you. Look at this dummy here. Now this dummy gonna tell me to stop yelling because I'm gonna wake up their room. I'm gonna wake up their mom, but their dumb ass should have their phone on low. How old are you? How old is this person be living with their mama, living with your mammy? You look dumb typing that comment, you damn flunky. You are the damn fool that you're supposed to be in this live, posting that bullshit. It's people like that. They did not grow up in a stable home. They have not been fortunate enough to be in an environment where somebody will pour into them to change their life. So they still rest, rule, and abide at the frequency of a spiritually, mentally retarded ass person. That's who the hell they are. They get in this live, they can feel y'all. They can feel your high vibes. They know you're going someplace. Know you have already come so far. They know you're working on yourselves. Something they don't even know how to do. It's 6:40 a.m. in the morning Eastern Standard Time. Who the hell online trolling this early in the morning? The damn fools, the flunkies, those that are spiritually and mentally and emotionally retarded as a motherfucker. That's who in this live doing this. They don't have anything to offer anybody because they have not become anything to themselves yet. Look at how young y'all are, and look at how you are achieving your goals. Look at how good your health is. Come on. Hello, somebody. I want y'all to start doing that, ladies. Be intentional. Be intentional with money. Be intentional. Who you give your money to. What they're giving you. They should be giving you something. Now, I'm going to tell you this right here. If you go to church and you're into that system, tithes and offering is a part of that system. That's what it is, a system. You're doing that out of obedience because you believe in it. Nothing else is actually required. Because everything should be managed and maintained from tithes and offering. Honestly speaking. Anything extra you give, what are you getting extra in your life? See, when you expect something, you're going to give with an expectation. I'm giving you this because I'm expecting something. Think about when we go and eat, when we go buy something. I had a slaw dog the other day with extra onions. And I normally get 2. Then the lady said, well, I got a special. You can get we made a special now with 2 and the combo. I can get the little fries or the okras and the drink. They changed the price. Wasn't nothing but like an extra 70-something cents. So what did I do? I paid that extra money to get more. I wasn't even expecting that. But because the spirit of expectation, rest, rule, and abide in me, God will have you when you go places that a person will inform you, okay, this is your option. I know you normally just get 2, but we made this special. You can get this. It's only 70-something cents extra. You can get a little more. When you tap into that frequency, it'll change your life. Single mothers with children that get income tax. Income tax was how I first began to establish some other things for me as a very, very small entrepreneur many years ago. To be honest, in the year of 2004, income tax money. I started my first shoe business with income tax money. Income tax money. Your income tax money is for you, your household, your children. Even your debt collector should not get it. Especially if you know, because a lot of people, garnish things. When you get income tax money, you should not run and take it back out into the system buying clothes, shoes. You may splurge a little, but there is some money that you should either put up on reserve or invest in something that's going to bring you other monies. Everybody got debt. We all got debt. Ain't nothing to be ashamed of. But take that income tax money and split it down. Your income tax money is not meant for you to give other people. I want you to start praying this month here. We still in November. And I want you to start asking the Spirit of the Lord, Lord, what can I do with some of my income tax money that's going to help me make other money? Supplemental income. How can I do something different? A lot of things are trending. But ask God what's for you. Because every trend is not for every person. Hold on, let me check on Chloe, y'all. Hold on. I paid ahead on my rent when I was getting income tax. Yep. That's a good thing to do. But can you take $500? I want you to take $500 if you can, at least $500 to $1,000, and sit it in a different account. Do you have you an emergency fund, a just in case fund? I know bills are a part of life and we use income tax money to get caught up. But you still got to have something for you. Also, I'm going to tell you another thing I started doing with my income tax many years ago when I used to get tax money. I didn't file my taxes in February. I waited until the last day. April 15th, April 16th, I waited to the last day. And I took the longest route to get my return. Why? Because I would get my money during the first of the summer. And I got it that way so that I would have time to think on other things that I could do with it. I promise you, it became a game changer of my life. When we are women, single women, we have to do things one way. When we're a single mother, we have to do things a different way. You understand what I'm saying? So if you can afford to do it like that, wait until April 15th to file your taxes. Wait to that last day. You can already take them to the person that prepares your taxes and let them file them. Don't press that submit button. Wait until the last day, because you're going to get and wait and take the longest route, the cheapest route or the free route. Because when that money comes, it may be when you truly need it, or God has given you an idea and he's not only giving you the seed, but he's watered it a little bit. Ladies, for those of you all in entrepreneurship and business, I'm just going to say this respectfully. Don't share your business ideas with anybody, because we live in a time that people lie, impersonate, and just steal ideas. Just don't do it. Don't do it. Trust you and God. Keep it to yourself. Don't do it, okay? Do not share it. Don't share it at all. Nope, don't share them. Just hold it. When they see it, they'll see it. When you're doing it, they're going to know you're doing it. When you achieve it, they're going to know. Keep it to yourselves. My younger women in their 20s, ladies. Get it done. Get it done. Work is a part of life. We all have to work. Should work. If it's meant for you to be a housewife, house girlfriend, if it's meant for you to be rich, luxurious, and all of that, God's going to send that to you. You ain't going to have to look for it. It's coming. You're not going to have to pray for it. It's coming. So I'm telling you, I promise you, I want y'all to make sure y'all got make sure your tires are good tread. Now, I love Michelin. I love Michelin tires and Goodyear. Those are my favorite two tire sets. Make sure your tires on your vehicles are set, as well as your brakes. Maintenance your vehicles. Maintenance your vehicles. Maintenance your vehicles. 2026 is going to be a good year for some of you all. The Lord is telling me it's going to be a good year for short-term businesses, or like whatever these little gigs I'm hearing. I'm not gonna say what I'm hearing because people will steal your ideas, but some of y'all have some ideas. It's gonna be good for short term. It may make you some good money, cushion money for about a year. I'm even hearing 8 months. Don't put it out there because I'm already hearing what some of those things are. Don't put it in the comment section. No, keep it to yourself. Some of y'all have some ideas for some supplemental income. Do it. Do it. Yep. Y'all, we going to come back to classes. I'm going to tell you that now, but I had to take a break because there's too many ignorant women out here, and I don't like them. I'm not going to lie, fake in front. I don't like them. I don't like them. But we're going to come up with some realistic classes. I think everybody should be good on spiritual abilities and gifts. We need to make money. And we not being greedy. Let me say this right here. You should. This is my opinion overall, but this is my personal belief. I believe you should love money. You have to love money. We taught to love everybody and everything else except for our money. They said the love of money is the root to all evil. No, it's the greed of money. It's the greed of it. But we have got to love and have a healthy relationship with our money. With our money. Do you hear me? You got to have a good relationship. You may not have a man. You may not have a man yet. But you got to love on your money. You can't just throw it around. You cannot just, check on it here and there. You got to have good money, great credit scores to the best of your abilities. Hello, somebody. We need money-making ideas for women. Realistic. Not this stuff that people just posting that get a lot of views, but then you have no true interest in it. And they don't tell you the pros or the cons in it. But they done made hundreds and thousands of views, and they done made a few thousand on your view. But you don't have any clarity. We need intimacy with women that want to and need to make money. Some people, it's going to be in y'all getting credentials, schooling. Some of y'all going to be favored on jobs, the Lord is showing me. And some of us, let me tell you something else. Some of us going to have to work 2 jobs. Hello, somebody. That's a part of some of our life. It's okay. Don't be ashamed of that. Because that second job or that third job is going to give you more than a cushion. Hello, somebody. We're not going to sit up here and be beggars. We ain't going to say we trust in God, we believe God, and we got to beg. No, we got to work. Now, I'm not selling no rum. I'm going to say that right now. I ain't selling no cat. Because we're not on the market. But I expect for a man that's going to be in my life, he got to bring something to the table. So that's an expectation. Now, when I want to give him some, or when he earned some, if he earned a coochie coupon doing some extra, of course I'm going to make love to my man better. But I'm not selling no ass. We not on the market. Hell no. They didn't price down on us. No. I'm not doing that. We're not on the market. We can't be doing that. Coochie is on a low. We're not on the market. Hell no. It's on the low. We're not the strongest investment. But I want a man that I can grow with. These King of Pentacles and Emperors are nice, providing they want to share. They want to help. The King of Wands, that dick be good, but you can't dick don't pay no bills. You feel me? Dick don't clean no vehicle. Dick don't cut no grass. I need a man who got some good loving, and he got to understand life. Go on, cut this grass so I can fire these maintenance people. Huh? You see what I'm saying? No, no, no. You ain't finna give me no dick until that's all you can do. No, no, no. You can get that little dick. I don't care how good it is. I need a man's man. I need me the total package. Hell no. I don't want to keep paying this $100 something. Well, what I used to pay to keep my truck clean. I got a bigger vehicle now. Hell no. I need no, no, no. I need somebody who can, baby, I'm gonna take the truck to get clean for you. I'm gonna pay this for you. You know what I'm saying? He might have to do it all the time, but I want to be a pillow princess sometime. Fill my tank up. Shit, I just can't give out no free pussy, honey. Pussy costs. Yours should cost. You should not just be giving up free ass. We got too many toys for that. We need men that want to be around, that's gonna be around. We can't be cooking for these men, then that's all we getting is just a lazy screw. No, no, no. Hell no, grocery high. Okay? Hello, somebody. No, ma'am. No, no, no. I'm telling y'all things that I have told my daughter. I'm seeing the fruits of things I told my daughter, come to fruition in her life. See, that helping on. I be looking at her sometimes like, I want some of that. I want a man to do some of this stuff here too. You feel me? I need a man that's gonna say, okay, babe, we gonna budget for one vacation this year. Cause we got plans, we're gonna do something different next year or by the end of the year. I need a man like that, some structure and some discipline. I don't mind being told no. Ladies, you cannot be afraid of that word no. A man that tells you no early will give you many yeses later. When he has a plan, when he's a visionary. Now, if y'all just humping, that's it. There ain't nothing but some dick. I mean, you can go ahead and try it all you want to. I can't afford it. See, this 45-year-old pussy here, this coochie here, I can't do that. I can't afford to do that. This 45, almost 44, 46-year-old coochie, I can't do that. I'm definitely not on the market like that. You feel me? I can't do that. No, no, no. Miss Peachy got a little age on her. She low mileage. You feel what I'm saying? She low mileage. But she got a little age on her. Sometimes these legs ache. So I got to get somebody who really want me. You know what I'm saying? Who really want to do life with me. You better learn that shit. You better learn that. Stop listening to all these effed up trends and these lies on here. No, no, no. Now, those of y'all that 20-year-old cat in them 20s and 30s, all right, you better ration that thing out. You better ration that mess out. Just don't be giving that mess up. Don't give your cat up. You messing up. Y'all laughing, but I'm serious. You messing up. You better make sure he the right one. He plan on being around for the long haul. No, 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 honey. Don't wear that cat out. No, ma'am. That's your last money maker. And that's going to keep the person that you're supposed to be with. That thing she got to be right. Low miles. Low mileage. Low mileage, honey. Look. We're going to go ahead and wrap it there because see y'all laughing. But I'm for real. You can't get in that lane of competition. Honey, it's like 100 to 1,000 women to one man. He got to go through all that tainted coochie to get to yours. He got to understand. You got to have some walls. You feel me? You got to have, you got to stay in the comeback pussy lane. Stay like that. We got to be that comeback coochie. Because if you that let go coochie, he ain't going to want to keep you around. No, 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 honey. And us women in our 40s and up, hell no, we can't do that, y'all. Now, we might get a little piece of Peter here and there. But if that Peter ain't bringing something to the table, you feel me? We got to ship his ass on back out. Return. Goodbye. Congratulations. 1 year of celibacy. Congratulations. Just the comeback coochie. This is that. We gonna have that comeback coochie. That man gonna want to keep coming back. He ain't gonna want to leave. He ain't gonna let us go. He ain't gonna want to stay separated from us. And he gonna want to do with us. He gonna want to do for us. But we gonna be doing some things with and for him too. You see this fool here to my lonely old woman? I'm a well-kept woman. That's what you don't know. I'm a well-kept woman. Whether I get a man or never get a man, I will die being a well-kept woman. That's what you don't know. You ignorant fool, you. That's what you don't know. Lonely, I'm single. Mm-hmm. Yeah, ain't no loneliness over here. I'm single. What your mama look like? What you look like? Did your mama ass settle? I'm sure. Hold on, y'all. They got my Chloe. All right, y'all. Let me go ahead and go. Child, I'm up so early because me and Corey was in that bed about 4 o'clock yesterday, child. We went to bed early. What did mammy look like? I'm a middle-aged woman.
If you think it could be serious, ask me to call emergency services or someone you trust. Okay.
I'm sitting here with my grandbaby. I'm a middle-aged grandmother, and thank God for life. How about that? That's what it is. All right, ladybugs. I enjoyed y'all this morning. It probably is a man. His mammy probably was lonely. That's why his daddy didn't want him. It's your daddy who didn't want your mammy. Hump that little mentally retarded ass man with them special needs balls. Think your ass special. Ain't nothing special about you. Ain't nothing special about you, whether you are old or young. It's your mammy that got settled for. That's how you got your special acting ass here. Don't know no better. Don't know no better. All right, y'all have a good day. We love y'all. I might catch y'all a little later. Namaste. Hi, Chloe. Want some